Have you noticed your arms or legs feeling weaker lately? Are everyday tasks like getting up from a chair, walking upstairs, or carrying groceries starting to feel more difficult than they used to? If so, you're not alone. After age 60, many people begin to lose muscle mass without even realizing it. This gradual decline is called sarcopenia, and it's one of the biggest reasons why older adults lose their strength, balance, and independence over time. But what if some of that muscle loss isn't just because of age? What if it's coming from the foods you're eating every single day? It may surprise you to learn that many common foods, things like cookies, soda, processed meats, and even white bread, can actually speed up muscle loss. These foods don't just offer little to no nutritional value, they actively create inflammation, disrupt your body's ability to build and repair muscle, and often leave you feeling more tired and less mobile over time. The worst part, they're often the very snacks and meals many seniors reach for out of habit, convenience, or comfort. In today's video, we're going to uncover 7 common foods that silently weaken your muscles. Foods that might be sitting in your pantry or refrigerator right now. But we're not just going to tell you what to avoid. We'll also share healthier, practical alternatives that support strong, active aging without making you feel restricted or overwhelmed. If staying strong, independent, and full of energy matters to you, and you want to avoid that slow slide into weakness and frailty, then this is a video you need to watch from beginning to end. Because every bite you take can either build your strength or quietly break it down. And once you know what to look out for, you can take control of your meals, your muscles, and your future. I know you are a person who likes to watch videos quietly. If you have not liked and subscribed to the channel, now is a good time to do it because you are a kind person. If the video is helpful, press 1. If the video is not good enough or needs improvement, press 2. Thanks everyone. Now let's get started. Number 1. Processed meats, a recipe for muscle breakdown. Eugene, a 73-year-old retiree from Kansas, always loved a good sandwich for lunch, usually with slices of deli ham or bologna, maybe a few chips on the side and a soda to wash it down. It was his routine for years, but lately he noticed something was changing. His arms felt weaker when lifting grocery bags, his legs tired faster after short walks, and climbing stairs started to feel like a workout. At first he assumed it was just normal aging, but after a nutrition workshop at his local senior center, Eugene discovered something that shocked him. The very meats he was eating every day were actually contributing to his muscle loss. Processed meats like ham, bacon, hot dogs, salami, and other deli slices are incredibly common, especially for quick meals and snacks. But for seniors looking to maintain the strength, these convenient foods can quietly work against you. The problem isn't just that they're high in salt or fat, it's what those ingredients do inside your body. Processed meats often contain additives like nitrates, preservatives, and artificial flavorings that promote inflammation, which damages cells and interferes with muscle recovery and repair. Over time, the inflammation caused by these meats can contribute to chronic conditions like insulin resistance, heart disease, and most concerningly, muscle breakdown. Another issue with processed meats is their lack of quality protein. While they technically contain protein, it's often poor quality and paired with high levels of sodium and saturated fat. Your muscles need clean, complete protein to stay strong, especially after 60 when your body becomes less efficient at using it. Processed meats simply don't give your body what it needs to build or maintain lean mass. There's also the hidden danger of high sodium levels. One slice of deli ham can contain over 300 milligrams of sodium, and most people eat far more than one slice. High sodium contributes to dehydration and elevated blood pressure, both of which can reduce circulation and nutrient delivery to your muscles, slowing recovery and weakening performance over time. For Eugene, that daily sandwich turned out to be more harmful than helpful. Once he learned the effects, he made some simple swaps. Instead of cold cuts, he started using grilled chicken breast or canned tuna packed in water. He also experimented with plant-based protein options like hummus or black bean spread for his sandwiches. Within weeks, Eugene noticed a difference. His energy improved, his legs felt stronger on walks, and he even began light resistance exercises again, something he hadn't done in years. The good news is, you don't have to give up flavor or convenience to protect your muscles. It's about making smarter choices that fuel your body rather than fight against it. Swap processed meats for fresh proteins, choose low-sodium options, and watch your body thank you in strength, energy, and resilience. If your daily diet includes hot dogs, bacon, or deli meats, it may be time to rethink the habit. You're not just choosing a lunch, you're choosing your muscle health. And the stronger your muscles stay, the longer you'll be able to move freely, live independently, and enjoy life on your own terms. In the next section, we'll look at something many people sip on without thinking twice: sugary drinks, and how these sweet beverages could be draining your strength one glass at a time. Number 2, sugary drinks, sweet sips that drain your strength. Barbara, a cheerful 70-year-old grandmother from Georgia, had a daily habit she loved. Every afternoon around 3 p.m., she'd pour herself a tall glass of sweet iced tea and sit by the window with a crossword puzzle. It was her moment of peace. Sometimes, if she was out running errands, she'd treat herself to a soda or a flavored latte. These small comforts seemed harmless. After all, it was just a drink, right? But over time, Barbara started noticing that her energy levels were dropping. Her legs felt weaker, and she struggled to keep up with her grandkids at the park. Her doctor told her something she hadn't expected. The sugar in those drinks might be quietly accelerating her muscle loss. Sugary drinks are one of the most common yet overlooked threats to muscle health, especially in people over 60. Whether it's soda, sweetened tea, energy drinks, flavored coffees, or even certain fruit juices, these beverages flood your body with added sugars, often without providing any real nutritional benefit. While they may offer a temporary energy boost, they also create a cycle of inflammation, insulin resistance, and nutrient depletion that slowly weakens your muscles over time. Here's what happens. When you consume a sugary drink, your blood sugar spikes. In response, your body releases insulin to help move the sugar into your cells. But when this happens repeatedly, day after day, drink after drink, your cells begin to resist insulin signal. This condition, known as insulin resistance, prevents your body from efficiently using protein to build or maintain muscle. It also encourages the storage of fat, particularly around the midsection, while increasing inflammation that damages muscle tissue and slows recovery after physical activity. On top of that, sugary drinks are essentially empty calories. They fill you up without fueling your muscles. Unlike a protein shake or a glass of milk, sweetened beverages provide zero muscle-building nutrients. If you rely on these drinks throughout the day, you're crowding out better options that your body truly needs, like water, herbal teas, or smoothies made with fruits and protein. Barbara's turning point came after she started reading nutrition labels and realized her afternoon iced tea had over 30 grams of sugar, nearly the entire recommended daily limit for adults in one glass. She felt shocked. With some encouragement from her daughter, she began switching to unsweetened tea with lemon, fruit-infused water, and occasionally a homemade smoothie with almond milk and protein powder. Within a few weeks, she noticed more stable energy, fewer muscle aches, and an easier time standing up from the couch or walking longer distances without fatigue. Cutting back on sugary drinks doesn't mean cutting out all enjoyment. It means making intentional choices that support your strength, not sabotage it. You can still enjoy something refreshing and satisfying without loading your body with sugar. Try sparkling water with fruit slices, herbal teas, or even adding a splash of citrus to your regular water for flavor. And if you love a sweet drink now and then, make it a treat, not a daily habit. The long-term impact of sugar on your muscles is real. It's not just about weight gain or cavities. It's about whether your body can stay strong, balanced, and capable as you age. If you've been sipping sugary drinks without thinking, now is the perfect time to reconsider. Your muscles need nourishment, not inflammation. Every small change you make today builds a stronger, more active version of you tomorrow. In the next section, we'll talk about another sneaky culprit that might be hiding in your pantry, cookies and packaged biscuits, and why these seemingly harmless snacks might be working against your strength and stability. Number 3, cookies and packaged biscuits, sweet treats that steal your strength. George, a 76-year-old retired mechanic from Pennsylvania, had a lifelong sweet tooth. He didn't eat much junk food, but every morning he enjoyed a couple of store-bought cookies with his coffee. In the afternoon, he'd have a biscuit or two as a light snack while watching TV. These little treats gave him comfort and routine. But over the past year, he noticed he was losing strength. Getting out of a chair took more effort, and his legs felt less stable, especially on stairs. It wasn't until a nutritionist at his local senior center asked him about his snacks that he realized those harmless cookies might be part of the problem. Cookies, biscuits, pastries, and other processed baked goods are often seen as simple pleasures, easy to grab, tasty, and familiar. But what many seniors don't realize is that these foods are filled with ingredients that actively work against your muscle health. Most packaged treats are high in refined sugar, white flour, unhealthy fats, and chemical additives. These ingredients offer little to no nutritional value, and worse, they create the perfect environment for muscle loss. Refined sugars and flours cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, followed by crashes that leave you tired and hungry again. Over time, this roller coaster effect contributes to insulin resistance, a key factor in sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. And it doesn't stop there. Many of these products also contain trans fats, which have been banned in many countries, but still appear in some processed goods under names like partially hydrogenated oils. Trans fats are known to promote inflammation throughout the body, which damages cells, weakens tissue, and slows down the natural repair process your muscles need to stay strong. Another major issue, these snacks crowd out better choices. When you reach for cookies instead of a protein-rich snack, you miss out on essential nutrients your muscles depend on, like amino acids, vitamin D, and calcium. Over time, your muscles become weaker, not because of lack of use, but because they simply don't get the building blocks they need to maintain themselves. George's turning point came when he tried replacing his morning cookies with a small bowl of Greek yogurt and berries. In the afternoon, he swapped biscuits for a banana with peanut butter or a few almonds and a boiled egg. These small changes added real nutrition to his day, and after just a few weeks, he began to feel the difference. He could stand up with less effort, walk longer without feeling winded, and even began light strength exercises again. The cravings for cookies? They faded once his body started getting what it truly needed. You don't have to give up sweetness entirely. You just need smarter sources. Try making homemade snacks using oats, bananas, cinnamon, or nut butters. Or choose dark chocolate with low sugar for an occasional treat. The goal isn't to live without pleasure. It's to choose foods that bring you joy without stealing your strength. As we age, every bite matters a little more. And those packaged biscuits or cookies you've been eating for decades, they might be costing you more than you realize. If you want to stay strong, mobile, and independent, it's time to rethink what's in your treat drawer. In the next section, we'll look at a food most people eat every day without a second thought: white bread and refined carbs, and how these fast-burning foods may be weakening your muscles more than helping them. Number 4, white bread and refined carbs. Fast energy, long-term muscle loss. Dorothy, a 71-year-old retired school teacher from Indiana, never thought twice about her daily breakfast routine. A slice of white toast with butter and jam, maybe a bowl of instant noodles for lunch, and some white rice or pasta at dinner. It was simple, familiar, and filled her up. But over time, Dorothy began to notice troubling changes. Her legs felt shaky when she got out of bed. She had difficulty lifting heavier groceries, and her overall energy seemed to fade faster than before. When she brought it up at a checkup, her doctor asked one question that made her pause. How many refined carbs are in your daily meals? It was the first time Dorothy realized her everyday staples, white bread, white rice, pasta, and noodles, could be quietly draining her strength. Refined carbohydrates, such as white bread, white pasta, white rice, and baked goods made with white flour, are stripped of fiber, vitamins, and nutrients during processing. What remains is mostly starch that the body breaks down quickly into sugar. These fast-burning carbs cause a rapid rise in blood sugar, followed by an equally fast crash. And over time, this cycle can have damaging effects, not only on your energy levels, but on your muscle health, especially in older adults. Here's why. When blood sugar levels spike frequently, your body must work overtime to manage it, releasing insulin to bring levels down. If this pattern happens too often, especially when meals are heavy in refined carbs, your cells begin to resist insulin, leading to insulin resistance, a condition that disrupts how your body processes protein and stores fat. Muscles, which rely on a steady flow of nutrients to repair and rebuild, suffer quietly. They become harder to maintain, and new muscle becomes harder to form, even if you stay active. Additionally, refined carbs tend to be low in protein and essential nutrients. For seniors, every meal is an opportunity to support muscle mass with high-quality protein and complex carbs that offer fiber, B vitamins, and minerals. When you fill up on refined foods, you miss out on the very elements your body needs to stay strong. Worse, refined carbs often lead to cravings and hunger shortly after eating, encouraging snacking on even more low-nutrient foods, a cycle that slowly but surely chips away at your strength. Dorothy's story is a common one. Once she understood the role these foods played in her declining energy and stability, she didn't make drastic changes, but she made smart ones. She switched her morning toast to whole grain bread with nut butter, swapped white rice for brown rice or quinoa, and began adding vegetables and lean protein to her pasta meals. She also discovered whole wheat pasta and barley as great-tasting, muscle-friendly alternatives. Within a month, she started feeling more stable on her feet and more energized throughout the day. Her digestion improved, her mood lifted, and she felt more in control of her body again. It's important to know that not all carbs are bad. Your muscles and brain do need carbohydrates to function, but the type of carbs you choose makes all the difference. Complex carbs found in whole grains, beans, lentils, sweet potatoes, and vegetables digest more slowly, keep your blood sugar stable, and provide steady fuel for your muscles. They also help reduce inflammation, improve gut health, and support nutrient absorption. If white bread, pasta, or rice are regular parts of your meals, take a closer look. Are they helping you build strength or quietly taking it away? Swapping just one refined item for a whole grain version each day is a great place to start. Over time, these small, consistent changes create a foundation of nutrition that supports muscle health, energy, and independence. In the next section, we'll turn to something many people enjoy in moderation: alcohol. While it may seem harmless, especially in small amounts, alcohol can quietly interfere with your muscles' ability to grow, recover, and stay strong. Let's uncover the truth behind how that glass of wine or evening cocktail may be doing more harm than you think. Number 5, alcohol, a hidden muscle killer. You might be ignoring Martin, a 74-year-old retired accountant from Oregon, had always considered himself pretty healthy. He didn't smoke, walked every day, and stayed socially active. A couple of times a week, he would enjoy a glass of wine with dinner or a beer while watching sports with friends. It felt like a harmless ritual, something enjoyable that made life a little more relaxing. But over the past year, Martin started noticing he was losing strength. His arms felt weaker, he fatigued more quickly during walks, and his balance wasn't as reliable as before. At first, he blamed age, but during a wellness seminar, a health coach mentioned something unexpected. Even moderate alcohol consumption can interfere with muscle maintenance in older adults. That moment changed how Martin thought about his harmless habits. Most people associate alcohol with the liver or with brain fog, but few realize that alcohol directly impacts muscle health, especially as we age. Even moderate drinking can reduce your body's ability to build, repair, and preserve muscle. And for seniors already facing age-related muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, this impact can be even more significant. Here's what's happening inside the body. When you drink alcohol, your liver shifts its focus toward metabolizing the alcohol because your body treats it like a toxin that must be removed immediately. This means other essential processes like metabolizing nutrients, synthesizing proteins, and repairing tissues get pushed to the side. Over time, this leads to slower muscle recovery, reduced protein absorption, and a greater risk of muscle breakdown. Alcohol also disrupts hormonal balance, which plays a key role in maintaining lean body mass. It can lower levels of testosterone and growth hormone, both crucial for muscle repair and strength. These hormonal shifts might go unnoticed at first, but they gradually contribute to weaker muscles, longer recovery times after activity, and increased fatigue. Even 1 or 2 drinks a day, if consumed regularly, can have a cumulative effect on muscle function and overall mobility. Another concern is sleep quality. Alcohol may make you feel drowsy, but it actually disrupts deep sleep cycles, where most muscle repair and regeneration happens. Without restorative sleep, your muscles don't get the chance to heal and strengthen. Over time, this can result in chronic soreness, loss of endurance, and even slower reflexes, which increases the risk of falls and injury. Martin began tracking his alcohol intake and realized it had become a routine more than a choice. So he made a few adjustments, not quitting entirely, but being more mindful. He swapped beer for sparkling water with lime at social gatherings and limited his wine to special occasions. He also started focusing on hydration, drinking more water throughout the day. The result? Within weeks, Martin reported feeling more energized, less achy, and more stable on his feet. He also started sleeping better and waking up with clearer focus and more motivation to stay active. It's not about eliminating alcohol entirely unless your doctor recommends it. It's about being aware of how even small, regular amounts can impact your body's ability to stay strong and resilient. As we age, everything we consume either helps us rebuild or slowly breaks us down. And alcohol, while enjoyable, often tips the scale in the wrong direction. If you enjoy an occasional drink, ask yourself, is this serving my health and strength, or is it just a habit? Try replacing it once or twice a week with a healthy alternative, like a herbal tea, infused water, or a smoothie packed with muscle-supporting nutrients like protein, magnesium, and potassium. Your muscles and your energy will thank you. In the next section, we'll turn our attention to a group of foods that are hard to resist but easy to overeat. Fried foods. We'll explore why fried chicken, French fries, and other crispy favorites may be doing more than expanding your waistline. They could be weakening your muscles from the inside out. Number 6. Fried foods, crispy favorites, that secretly weaken your muscles. Linda, a 69-year-old from Texas, always looked forward to her weekly lunch with friends at the local diner. Her go-to meal? Fried chicken with mashed potatoes and a side of crispy onion rings. It was tasty, comforting, and reminded her of meals she'd enjoyed for decades. But over the past year, Linda started noticing that her legs felt more unsteady, her energy didn't last as long, and getting up from a seated position took more effort. She chalked it up to aging, until her physical therapist gently suggested that her diet, particularly her fried food habits, might be playing a bigger role than she realized. Fried foods are deeply rooted in American comfort cuisine, crispy, golden, satisfying. But for seniors, especially those hoping to maintain strength and mobility, fried foods can be one of the most harmful culprits behind muscle loss and physical decline. The trouble with fried foods isn't just that they're high in calories or fat, it's the type of fat they contain, usually saturated fats and, in some cases, trans fats, that causes the most damage. These fats promote systemic inflammation in the body, including in muscle tissue. When your body is constantly inflamed, it has a harder time recovering from activity, building new muscle, and protecting itself from breakdown. Over time, that leads to weaker muscles, slower reflexes, and greater fatigue, even if you're staying active. Fried foods are often low in protein and essential nutrients, meaning they fill you up without feeding your muscles. For example, a plate of fried chicken or French fries might leave you feeling full, but it offers little to support the amino acids your muscles need to repair and grow. When these types of meals replace healthier options, like grilled proteins, legumes, or leafy greens, you slowly start depriving your body of what it truly needs to stay strong. Another danger is that fried foods are often cooked in vegetable oils at high temperatures, which leads to the formation of oxidized compounds, substances that increase oxidative stress in the body. Oxidative stress damages cells, including muscle cells, and accelerates the natural muscle loss that comes with aging. In other words, it doesn't just make you feel heavy after a meal, it actually contributes to physical decline over time. Linda didn't give up fried foods overnight, but she made thoughtful changes. She started ordering grilled chicken instead of fried, baking vegetables at home instead of deep frying, and using olive oil instead of processed oils when cooking. She also began eating more foods rich in anti-inflammatory nutrients, like salmon, spinach, and berries. Within a few months, she felt lighter, more stable on her feet, and better able to handle her daily walks. Her digestion improved, and she no longer experienced the bloated, heavy feeling after meals that she had once accepted as normal. The key here isn't perfection, it's awareness. If fried foods are a regular part of your routine, try cutting back to once a week or swap them with baked or air-fried alternatives. Experiment with herbs and spices to keep your food flavorful without relying on deep frying. Little by little, these changes can help reduce inflammation, preserve lean muscle, and protect your body from further breakdown. And remember, your muscles are constantly responding to what you eat. Every meal is either building you up or breaking you down. As we age, it becomes more important than ever to choose meals that support movement, balance, and strength, not meals that leave us slower, weaker, and more vulnerable to falls or injury. In the next section, we'll take a look at another category of sneaky muscle saboteurs: low-protein snack foods. These items are often marketed as light or harmless, but they may be filling your stomach while starving your muscles. Let's uncover what to watch for and what to choose instead. Number 6, fried foods, crispy favorites that secretly weaken your muscles. Linda, a 69-year-old from Texas, always looked forward to her weekly lunch with friends at the local diner. Her go-to meal? Fried chicken with mashed potatoes and a side of crispy onion rings. It was tasty, comforting, and reminded her of meals she'd enjoyed for decades. But over the past year, Linda started noticing that her legs felt more unsteady, her energy didn't last as long, and getting up from a seated position took more effort. She chalked it up to aging until her physical therapist gently suggested that her diet, particularly her fried food habits, might be playing a bigger role than she realized. Fried foods are deeply rooted in American comfort cuisine, crispy, golden, satisfying. But for seniors, especially those hoping to maintain strength and mobility, fried foods can be one of the most harmful culprits behind muscle loss and physical decline. The trouble with fried foods isn't just that they're high in calories or fat, it's the type of fat they contain, usually saturated fats and in some cases trans fats, that causes the most damage. These fats promote systemic inflammation in the body, including in muscle tissue. When your body is constantly inflamed, it has a harder time recovering from activity, building new muscle, and protecting itself from breakdown. Over time, that leads to weaker muscles, slower reflexes, and greater fatigue, even if you're staying active. Fried foods are often low in protein and essential nutrients, meaning they fill you up without feeding your muscles. For example, a plate of fried chicken or French fries might leave you feeling full, but it offers little to support the amino acids your muscles need to repair and grow. When these types of meals replace healthier options, like grilled proteins, legumes, or leafy greens, you slowly start depriving your body of what it truly needs to stay strong. Another danger is that fried foods are often cooked in vegetable oils at high temperatures, which leads to the formation of oxidized compounds, substances that increase oxidative stress in the body. Oxidative stress damages cells, including muscle cells, and accelerates the natural muscle loss that comes with aging. In other words, it doesn't just make you feel heavy after a meal, it actually contributes to physical decline over time. Linda didn't give up fried foods overnight, but she made thoughtful changes. She started ordering grilled chicken instead of fried, baking vegetables at home instead of deep frying, and using olive oil instead of processed oils when cooking. She also began eating more foods rich in anti-inflammatory nutrients, like salmon, spinach, and berries. Within a few months, she felt lighter, more stable on her feet, and better able to handle her daily walks. Her digestion improved, and she no longer experienced the bloated, heavy feeling after meals that she had once accepted as normal. The key here isn't perfection, it's awareness. If fried foods are a regular part of your routine, try cutting back to once a week or swap them with baked or air-fried alternatives. Experiment with herbs and spices to keep your food flavorful without relying on deep frying. Little by little, these changes can help reduce inflammation, preserve lean muscle, and protect your body from further breakdown. And remember, your muscles are constantly responding to what you eat. Every meal is either building you up or breaking you down. As we age, it becomes more important than ever to choose meals that support movement, balance, and strength, not meals that leave us slower, weaker, and more vulnerable to falls or injury. In the next section, we'll take a look at another category of sneaky muscle saboteurs: low-protein snack foods. These items are often marketed as light or harmless, but they may be filling your stomach while starving your muscles. Let's uncover what to watch for and what to choose instead. Number 7, low-protein snack foods, filling your stomach but starving your muscles. Stanley, a 75-year-old widower from Colorado, prided himself on eating light. He avoided heavy meals, stayed away from sugar when he could, and often filled his day with what he thought were safe snacks: pretzels, saltine crackers, rice cakes, and the occasional handful of popcorn. They were low in calories, easy to digest, and didn't leave him feeling too full. But despite his efforts to eat clean, Stanley was getting weaker. He couldn't lift things like he used to, and even getting up from his recliner took more effort. After a visit with a dietitian, he heard something that surprised him. You're not eating enough protein, especially at snack time, and it's costing you your muscle. For many older adults, snacking becomes a convenient way to get through the day, especially when appetite decreases or when cooking full meals feels like too much work. But most common snack foods, like chips, crackers, rice cakes, or dry cereal, are high in refined carbs and sodium and very low in protein. These snacks may fill your stomach temporarily, but they offer your muscles little to no nutrition. And for someone over 60, that's a big problem. As we age, our bodies naturally become less efficient at using protein. That means you actually need more high-quality protein than you did when you were younger to maintain and repair muscle tissue. If your snacks are just empty carbs, your body has no choice but to start breaking down existing muscle to meet its needs, leading to weakness, frailty, and increased risk of falls. It's a slow process, and because it doesn't happen overnight, many people don't realize what's going on until they've already lost a significant amount of strength. Even worse, many low-protein snacks lead to blood sugar spikes, especially when eaten alone without fiber or fat. That can make you feel hungrier soon after, encouraging overeating or more frequent snacking while doing nothing to feed your muscles. It becomes a cycle of eating, crashing, and eating again, without ever getting the fuel your body truly needs. Stanley took that advice to heart. He didn't completely give up his crackers or popcorn, but he paired them with protein-rich options: a handful of almonds with apple slices, a boiled egg with some whole grain toast, Greek yogurt with berries, cottage cheese with sliced tomatoes. He even started adding a small protein smoothie in the afternoon, using almond milk and unsweetened protein powder. Within just a few weeks, Stanley started feeling stronger. He could carry his grocery bags without needing help, and noticed he didn't tire out as quickly during his daily walks. The good news is, you don't need to overhaul your entire diet. You just need to upgrade your snacks. Choose foods that include at least 8 to 15 grams of protein per serving. Hard-boiled eggs, string cheese, peanut butter on whole grain crackers, turkey roll-ups, or a scoop of protein powder in a shake can make a world of difference. These options not only curb hunger longer, but they also support muscle maintenance, energy, and recovery, all critical for staying active and independent after 60. So take a moment to think about what you reach for between meals. Are those snacks helping you build strength or slowly draining it? With a little planning and awareness, every bite can become a step toward a healthier, stronger body. In the conclusion, we'll bring everything together and revisit the most important message of all, that preserving muscle after 60 isn't just about exercise. It's about the daily food choices we make. You don't have to give up everything you love, but it may be time to let go of the foods that are holding you back. Let's wrap it all up. Conclusion: strong muscles start with smarter choices. As we grow older, staying strong and independent becomes more important than ever. And your ability to maintain muscle isn't just about lifting weights or going for walks. It starts in a much simpler place, your plate. The foods you eat every day have a direct impact on your body's ability to build, repair, and preserve the muscles that help you move, balance, and live with confidence. In this video, we explored 7 common foods, like processed meats, sugary drinks, packaged cookies, refined carbs, alcohol, fried foods, and low-protein snacks that might seem harmless but can quietly steal your strength over time. The truth is, many of these foods are popular because they're convenient and familiar. But as your body changes with age, so do its needs. And those same foods that once seemed fine can begin to work against your health, one bite at a time. The good news, it's never too late to make a change. You don't need to be perfect or give up everything you enjoy. But small, thoughtful adjustments, like swapping white bread for whole grains, replacing soda with water or smoothies, and adding protein-rich snacks between meals, can make a profound difference in how strong you feel, how steady you move, and how well you age. Think of every meal as a chance to support your future. Choose foods that nourish your muscles, fight inflammation, and give you lasting energy, not just temporary satisfaction. Your strength is something you can protect, even rebuild, starting today. And by doing so, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding quality to those years. Your body is listening. Let's feed it with care. We really appreciate you spending time with us today. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a like and hit that subscribe button. It's a simple way to support our work, and it helps more people discover the tips they need to live healthier, happier lives. And if you want to stay up to date, just click the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. See you again soon.